Welcome to Build an Etsy Business with Me, episode 5. Time is flying in this project that Lou and I are doing together. Coming up in a little while, I've got a nice piece from Lou who is going to talk a bit about packaging and what she's doing at the moment. Remember, everything I'm showing you in this journey with Lou, we're showing you the results as we start and move through each piece, like opening the store, the banner, and now we're going to look at packaging. And then we're going to make improvements so that as we go along, you can see the differences and the changes to the store as we go. So a little bit later, after Lou's given her bit, I'm going to talk about a couple of new products in the store, show you those. They're really cool. But let's see what Lou's got to say this week. Lou, take it away.
Hello Etsy sellers around the world following me on this journey. So last week I made a sale, ka-ching, lovely. Postage and packaging. Nick's asked me if I could show you what I did. I said, Nick, I haven't got a clue. And it's sort of like, well, that's the point. So let's see how you grow. So in a few months' time, we could come back and compare what I know now to, fingers crossed, all the improvements I'm going to know in 4 months, 6 months time. So fingers crossed. Again, I can't talk this week. We can only improve, right? We can only improve. So I'll come to the packaging bit in a moment of what I did for the particular thing that I sold. But for now, I've got my list of exactly what I did. The shipping labels. You can go through the Etsy app to get your shipping labels. You don't have to, but I mean, Nick, please correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know. This is what I've heard. I don't even know where I heard it. Etsy rewards you if you go through their shipping labels. I don't know. Is that just Etsy doing an Etsy thing? I don't know. Nick will correct me on that, I'm sure. Anyway, if it's there in the app, it's going to be easier to do. I think so anyway. And it was an easy process. A bit of a faff to start with, but once you get to know it, it's all good. So all I did, I went on the Etsy Sellers app. In there, I clicked More Support Help Center. I'm sure at some point Nick will go through the click list and show you all what there was. And everything you need to know is there. In Manage Your Shop, there's a section called Orders and Shipping. And that's where you'll have info on everything orders and shipping. And in there was the shipping labels info. So I just went in there and I just followed along. The most important thing you need to know is the size of the boxed item. So not the item itself, but the size of the item once it's boxed and how much it weighs. So you are going to need a set of scales. I mean, if you're selling the same sort of thing, you've got it made, because you're only going to need one sort of size of box, and you're going to pretty much know how much all your items are going to weigh. For me, it's going to be really annoying because everything I make is a different size. Like one day I could be posting something this big, the next day I could be posting something this big and this big. And it's just going to be like, I can't just buy just small boxes. So I'm going to have to do it all as I sell things. Otherwise, it's going to do my head in. So let's get to see how I actually packaged that handle holder. I really can't speak. That tea light candle holder. Come on, let's do it. So here is our tea light holder that needs to be boxed up. I went on Amazon. I bought some boxes, measured the size. No, I need your box slightly bigger because you need to make sure that when you put it in, I'll take it up in a minute, you can put some sort of protection in there to protect that. If it was the same size as that, it could get crushed and broken because it's a fragile item. So I just got a box, got some paper tape, again, local DIY shop. Taped it all up. Obviously I did it a little bit neater than this, but you get the point. There we go. It's like working in a post office, I'm sure. I then got some of this brown paper. Again, you can get it in post offices, internet, places like that. Put a bit on the bottom. Nice little comfy bed for my tea light holder. Lovely jubbly. Put that in there. Get some more to fill the voids area. And that's what I did. So I just kept filling it. Then I came to my little glass actual tea light holder. Now, what I thought was if I wrap it in paper, which is what I wanted to do because I don't particularly want to use plastic, I want to try and be as environmentally friendly as possible. I thought if I wrap it in the same thing, the person who's going to receive it might think it's just a piece of rubbish. So I thought, okay, so I'm going to have to wrap it. So I wrapped the piece of glass in some bubble wrap, recycled bubble wrap from something that I'd already purchased. So I already had it. I put it in there and then again, fill that void with a bit of paper. Hopefully the customer will see it. Now in an ideal world, I'd like to put a lovely little card there saying thank you for your purchase, but I'm not there yet. I haven't got to that bit yet. It was a shock that I got this far. So that's it. I put a little bit more protective over the top. And there you have it. That's all I did. I boxed it up. I then printed off a label. I haven't got fancy sticky labels yet. I'm not that far down the road. It was a bit of a shock. I'm not prepared. But then you're never going to be prepared. You're never going to be perfect to start with. So you've got to just get over that. That's really hard for me. If I hadn't been the lucky winner of this competition, I'd still be procrastinating over everything. I wouldn't even have my shop open. But I've been forced to do it, which is brilliant. So all I can say to you is just do it. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to get everything right, but you're going to learn along the way. And that's all that we can do. That's all we can do. And that's how every business starts. If everything was perfect, then, oh my God, that would be amazing. But it isn't, so we have to live with it. Put my label on there, and I just went to the post office and handed it over. So that's it. Postage and packaging, first item, done. Sorry, there's nothing in there. See you next week.
Thanks for that, Lou. That was a great little intro to the whole packaging and how we put items together to be sent out. There's loads of improvements to be made there. Lou touched on them. I'll be working with Lou to develop the branding, develop the packaging, and get it to where it needs to be. But a solid start and a safe start for packaging. The main thing when you're shipping things all over the world, it's got to get there in one piece. No damage, no marks, and so on. Okay, let's get into the store. Can't wait to show you a couple of new items. And of course, at the end, we look at the data. Let's get into the store. So here we are in Lou's store, as always, and it's starting to take shape now. It's looking quite nice with these items coming into the store. These two are the new ones. We've got a set of 4 oak drinks coasters and a citronella 3-level tea light holder. Hold on a minute. 20 quid for 4 solid oak drinks coasters. That's really cheap. I'm going to have to get on to Lou and get her to raise the price on that. But do you know what? For now, I'm just going to leave it. We're going to leave it at that price and we'll adjust it soon. I like the idea of having a product. This is the perfect product to have at a slightly disproportionate price compared to everything else in the store. It's clear it's too cheap. I know it's too cheap. Lou will know it's too cheap when I've spoken to her about it. But one of the things about having items in your store with lower profit margin isn't to be cheap in any way, it's to bring in quality score and visibility to your store. So items like drinks coasters, where they're sort of 20 quid, 30 quid, something like that, allow the buyers, the customers, to start to purchase them more rapidly. They're cheap, the customer doesn't have to think about buying them. If they want them, they can buy them. And then it starts to bring visibility to the product and visibility to the store. So, Lou, we're going to raise the price of those, but we'll leave it as it is for a few weeks, just to see what happens. They're lovely. Okay, let's get back into it. So here we are back in Lou's store. I just want to show you guys something quickly about the photography on these coasters. So it's best not to use these blurring at the edges. You can see where it's darker. It gives it a sort of old tint effect. on the photo, which is best not to use. So I'll get Lou to change that and put just regular photos in. We want to keep the actual photos as accurate as we possibly can with no filters to change the way the images look, just in case the customer complains and says, hey, this wasn't the color that I wanted, or it's different to what I expected. But the actual content of what Lou's done here is great. The video is good. It's simply showing the product in use. So whiskey glass on the coasters and then pouring some drink in. It's good. I just need Lou to get rid of these borders. This isn't helping the item sell. So we'll be doing that. The other item to look at that's new, so there's 2 new items. The other one is this, which is really cute. I love this. This is a 3-stack or a 3-level tea light holder. It's really nice. Let's quickly have a look at the video. And Lou's doing a really good job. She's doing a really good job of getting over to people what the items look like in her photos and video. And this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see the tea light, you want to see the holder, very easy to understand, and moving through the photos, just showing you different aspects, different sides of the product. And this is really, really important what Lou's done here. This is great. Showing the bottom of the tea light holder, because people want to know, customers, they want to know, what's underneath it. Is it going to sit sort of naked on a table or on a mantelpiece or something? Is it going to scratch? Is there any chance of damage? This is really good touch. I like that, Lou. That's great. Last of all, let's have a quick look at the stats. We always do this. Remember, everything that I show you in our store together is real. It's real life. This no messing around. As you can see. Thing to know here, remember what I said last time, conversion rate is going to be low because lots of people look at the store from YouTube, although as you can see it's starting to calm down now. So we had this big spike here, but now things are starting to come down. You will see this conversion rate slowly rise over time as more items enter the store and more items start to take hold, get views and get sales. So that's it for this week, a whirlwind episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Put the comments in, as always, into the comments. We'll answer every one. Any questions, any ideas for future episodes? I've noticed some people have been putting some in. They're all being noted. Nothing's going to get missed. So please get involved and get into the comments, and see you in the next episode. Cheers.